Nadine, did you want to introduce her?
Sure. Angelina is a phenomenal lawyer, a mom. She lives in the Caribbean, which I'm very jealous of. She has a super cool accent. And although she probably thinks that I have a super cool accent, actually. And what I love about Angelina is, and we'll get into this, she was living a life that wasn't thrilling her, and now she's exploring Plan B. Welcome, Angelina. Talk to us a little bit about the idea of exploring Plan B. How did you get to, that's the name of your blog, and B is spelled B-E. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Hi, everyone, and thanks so much for this. I'm so excited. Exploring Plan B kind of happened on its own without me even planning it, because I'm a planner and I didn't plan for it. It was one of those fun things that just unfolded because I guess the time was just right. I had ticked off all the items on that list that I had for myself, that vision of who I thought I needed to be, who everyone wanted me to be, who I thought I should be. Perhaps because I thought that I had wanted that from the time I was a little girl. Who do you want to be? Oh, I want to be a lawyer. I want to get married. I want to have kids. And I did it all. And I had achieved this level of success, but I did not feel successful at all, because I was just doing. And that was my Plan A life. That's what I had planned for. And I knew that something needed to change. I started to look into becoming a little bit more intentional in every area of my life. And I wanted to have less doing and more being. So I went from my Plan A of doing, and I wanted the new plan. And just Plan B was just the perfect name for it, right? And that was just something that I had in my own head. This was what I said to myself. This was my Plan B, and it helped me to learn to say no. It helped me to try to figure out what it was that I wanted, because I was super clear on what I didn't want, but there was nowhere else to go. I didn't know what I wanted instead.
I'm a little bit curious, and you're a lawyer, and I'm breaking a lawyer rule according to TV shows anyway. The lawyer rule of don't ask a question you don't know the answer to. But
correct.
I know that we met, I want to say in January, but you had been to Reset Lab before that and hadn't really interacted with me at all, and it had gotten some thoughts percolating in your brain. And because we've worked together, I know that some thoughts you were like, okay, and other things you were like, no, but I'm just going to go to lawyer side first. Is there anything you wish you had internalized sooner, or that you want to emphasize to people to start thinking about right away if they have that resistance? Because I think that's so interesting.
There are two things, actually. The first is that we're allowed to dream big. We're allowed to change our minds. I think that I had a big misconception that I had created this life and therefore this was now my life. That I had somehow missed the boat that I could have made changes in my life. So that's the first one. You're allowed to dream big. I love that word, audacious. And that is one of the takeaways that I took from maybe 2 Reset Labs ago, when you ask, what's your audacious dream? You know, and now I believe that I can dream audacious dreams, and not just dream them, I can go after audacious things, right? So that was the first. And the second was in terms of the mindset when it comes to self-image. I wish that I had really internalized that a lot sooner, because I know that when you place yourself in that mindset of where do I want to go? Who is that person? How does she feel? How does she spend her days? What does she do? It helps you to really, number one, make that audacious dream feel real, feel like it's something that can be accomplished, something that you can work towards. But it also brings it closer to you, because then it's no longer just a dream. How does she feel? What does she do? I can feel that way. I can do that now. And that's transformational for sure.
I love that. I feel like there was a moment in the program a week or two ago where you really connected with your vision for yourself and your self-image. Can you talk about that a little bit, like what that moment felt like?
Definitely. So, lawyer brain, right? When it comes to law, and I struggled with this a lot in the beginning, there are a lot of things that we do, or most of the things that we do, there are set steps and procedures, right? So if you're filing an application, these are the steps, this is what you must follow, and this is the definite outcome, right? So that's the way my mind ticks. And I therefore struggled with uncertainty. And in beginning to embrace uncertainty, I began to struggle with a lot of self-doubt. Can I do this? Do I really want this? What do I need to do? Okay, fine. I know I have to embrace uncertainty, but
You really didn't want to embrace uncertainty.
I didn't want,
You're like,
yeah,
not
I have
uncertain,
to.
but also certain.
But tapping into vision me. What is vision me doing? How does vision me feel? What has vision me accomplished? What would she do right now? That has been so powerful, because I want to be vision me. I would dare to say I am vision me. I'm working towards vision me. And therefore, these are the steps I'm going to take. This is how I'm going to believe. Vision me doesn't doubt herself. Vision me doesn't play small. And so today me needs to get with the program. But not in a bad way, not in a, string you along and get there, come on, let's do it if you want that vision, but more of an inspiring way, saying, that's what I'm working towards. Therefore, this is what I'm going to do right now.
I really want to follow up with something because I think it's helpful to everyone. Because like you make me want to stand up and clap and say, go you. But then there's reality and the fact that you have like kids running around and it's like, excuse me, I'm trying to be vision me, making the big dreams come. You're getting in the way and watching you. And when it comes right down to it, that's almost been the hardest part, right? And so what are you doing to figure that piece out? Because that real life in the way thing.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm learning that vision me is not just who I am at my best, but who do I want to be at my worst as well, right? Not that my kids bring out the worst in me. Let's clear that up one time, right?
Well, sometimes, let's be real.
Not all the time. But it has helped with that as well. So it helps in terms of prioritizing. So I used to struggle with, well, if this is what I want to do, then I would feel bad if I couldn't get to it right away. But vision me is a family woman as well. I mean, so is today me, right? So it incorporates the life that I already have. It doesn't mean turning away and turning my back on what I have going on now. It's just finding that way to make it all work together.
Mm-hmm.
It's still hard sometimes because guess what? It's summertime, the kids are home and fine, we work around it. But it's not saying, oh my gosh, the kids are home, I can't do anything. I feel justified, right?
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much. We ran out of time and I feel like I could have talked to you for another half hour, but we appreciate you coming and talking to all the folks.
Any quick questions for Angelina, or you can always email them to me as well and I can get answers because I get to talk to her.
Yeah, and all her links and stuff will be in the email that you're sending later, so we can connect with her there too.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.